reality of living in Thailand is actually very different to what you see when you're doom scrolling through Instagram and TikTok and seeing 30-second clips of people showing off the weather, the women, the lifestyle, the cheap cost of living. So what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to give you an extremely realistic outlook on what it's actually like to live in Thailand after being here for the past 2 years. Now, one thing that I noticed when I first came to Thailand is that actually the reality was completely different to my expectations, and there was a massive adjustment period when I first got here. So again, this isn't going to be a Thailand glazing video. Of course, I love living here, I love Thailand, but I do want to give some of the negatives. I do want to be realistic so that you can make an informed decision on whether it's worth being here for you. So yeah, lock in, subscribe, let's do this. Okay, so we'll get it out the way early on in the video. We're going to talk about the cost of living here in Thailand, because a lot of people, the attraction here is the fact that it doesn't actually cost much for rent, food doesn't cost much, groceries don't cost much. And I want to clear up a little bit of a misconception around that. Thailand in particular is becoming more expensive, and some people are complaining about this. Some people are saying, okay, I'm going to go to Vietnam, I'm going to go to Bali because it's cheaper to get rent, it's cheaper to stay in a nice villa. My opinion on this is, well, the reason that Thailand is getting more expensive is because it's getting better and better and better and better. The amount of upgrades that they make in Bangkok, the amount of upgrades they made to all of the islands, just the quality of life here is worth more than what you're charged for it anyway. So my opinion on it and my outlook is, well, look, if you want to lead a good life, then you shouldn't lead a life where you're scared around spending money anyway. And you can come to Thailand and be very abundant. You're also going to be in an environment of people who have the same mindset as well. There are more entrepreneurs moving here who do favor having this more abundance mindset. So yeah, don't come here and just start being scared of spending money. This is a place to grow. This is a place where you can improve your finances so that you don't have to complain about money. Wouldn't you rather that than keep moving countries for the sake of a cheaper cost of living, right? This, by the way, is what a Sunday afternoon looks like in Bangkok. You think you're moving to this concrete jungle, but actually there's so many parks, so many outdoor areas to work in like this, which is really nice. The cut is coming in strong. So I'm going to hit this set and then we're going to talk about the gyms. We're going to talk about your health improvements that you can make while you're here. So if you said to me, you've got to pick one country to go and get in the best shape of your life, improve your health, improve your looks, become the most attractive, dangerous and powerful, most confident version of yourself, I would pick Thailand every single time. And the reason for that is because you have such a variety of activities when it comes to working out that you can do. You've got bodybuilding gyms, CrossFit gyms, kettlebell gyms, you've got yoga, Pilates, you've got Muay Thai, you've got everything. Why the fuck did I say Pilates? Nobody who's watching this video is going to go to Pilates. But my point is, it's actually really easy to come to Thailand and completely customize your character when it comes to physical ability and physical attraction. It's fantastic for that. One thing I will say about the gyms is that you will find you pay more for gyms here than you do in places like England and the US. I don't know why that is. I mean, in England, I pay about £30 per month or $40 per month for a bodybuilding gym. For a bodybuilding gym here, which arguably isn't even close to as good as the one that I had in England, it's like £100 a month, like $120 a month, which is pretty insane. But I can't complain because it is a good gym. I do meet cool people in there. It is a higher level of person that you're meeting in gyms out here and that you're networking with. So I guess there's that added benefit to it. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to cover is lock-in ability. How easy is it to actually lock in Bangkok or in Thailand in general for your work, for your business, for the job that you're in? Personal opinion is that if you can't lock in where you are right now, you won't be able to lock in here. I've noticed a lot of people who come here who haven't necessarily mastered themselves and their own mind and their own discipline yet. And what ends up happening is because of the amount of temptations and the variety of activities that you have to do here, they get incredibly distracted. So this really is person to person dependent. If you are somebody who can't focus, you don't have discipline, try not to come here. I'm just saying it right now. You are going to get misled with the nightlife. You're going to get distracted with girls. You're going to go and get happy ending massages. You're going to be smoking marijuana. You're going to get yourself into all sorts of trouble that's going to stop you from progressing in your life, because this place really does have all varieties of pleasure that you can choose from. So If you can't stay disciplined and locked in where you are right now, don't think that you're going to come here and it's going to be somehow easier to lock in and stay disciplined. The only way in which that could happen is if you come here and you meet a bunch of people doing a lot better than you, and you have your ego damaged and you get humbled a little bit. That is the only scenario I think that it's good for locking in. But if you're not locked in right now, you're likely not going to attract or meet another bunch of people that are locked in. So again, if you come in here and you wanted to make friends who are more productive, you kind of have to be the friend that you would want to meet if you are coming to a place like Thailand. Otherwise, you are going to end up in a crowd of people that you don't want to be in. So personal advice is sort yourself out before coming to somewhere like this. If you want to, have a good experience in Thailand, be the best version of yourself where you are right now so that when you come here, you can improve even more. Come home from the park because we're about to dive into some of the more juicier topics, particularly around dating women and social life. I promise I'm not in a brothel, right? I know we've got purple lights. It looks cool when I'm on my Zoom camera in my office, but yeah, right now it looks a little bit furry. But anyways, we'll save dating for a little bit later on because I've definitely got some things to tell you about that. But anyway, let's first cover what social life is like living in Thailand, whether that's on the islands or in Bangkok. It's pretty much the same in that if you can't make friends where you are right now, you're going to struggle to make friends here too, right? You're not just going to magically fix your loneliness because you've come to Thailand. It's not this magic pill fix that some people think that it's going to be, that I thought it was going to be before I came here, right? So honestly, if you're not very extroverted and you struggle to make more friends, what I would recommend doing is securing some friends or securing some contacts here before you actually arrive. And a couple of ways of doing that is there are a lot of networks out there which you can pay to join. If you want to know about any of those networks, just DM me on Instagram and I can recommend you some that I'm in personally. But also on top of that, there's free networks that you can join. So like Facebook groups, forums, you can find a bunch of people on Reddit. I mean, like every single day on Reddit, I see somebody turn around and go, I'm looking for somebody to hang out with. I'm a foreigner in Bangkok or I'm a foreigner in Chiang Mai and I can't make any friends. Would anybody like to go for dinner or do something, right? So there are people to connect with, but you have to put yourself out there. But a word of advice for anybody who's feeling lonely socially, please, please, please don't sit in your apartment feeling sorry for yourself. You will get 12 months down the line, or 6 months down the line, or 2 years down the line, and you will regret not just DMing that person or reaching out to somebody who could potentially be a good connection and a good friend of yours. And this life, living out on the other side of the world, is so much better when you're surrounded by like-minded people and others that have your back. But anyway, maybe you don't have that problem and you're relatively good socially. You know that you can kind of go anywhere and make friends. Thailand is going to be perfect for you because it is very social. It's very active. Particularly Bangkok has a very diverse social scene. You can go from doing rock climbing, with athletes, to playing chess, to going for cigars and shisha. And there's just such a range of activities that you can do. And everybody is super open to exchanging information, exchanging contact details, exchanging stories. Everybody is always saying, oh, let's go and do this, let's go and do that. Anytime I meet somebody new, for example, I went out to a networking event last night and had cigars. I think I've made plans with like 3 people from that networking event for like the following few weeks, which is just insane. So once you do get a bit of momentum with your social life, you'll just pick up thing after thing after thing after thing. And after a while, honestly, it becomes a bit of a distraction. For me now, I find myself having to say no to more things than saying yes to. So again, this is like on the opposite end of the spectrum of loneliness, is that the social life can become a problem to the point where it holds you back from locking yourself in and getting work done and making progress. So, now in particular, I do have to tell people, no, look, I'm really busy. I'm going to have to focus on work. I've got this project going on. I've got content to create. And yeah. Another point I think worth mentioning is that if you're somebody who's wanting to grow your career by creating content or grow your business by creating content, then Thailand is currently one of the best places on the planet to do so. The internet is obsessed. You can't go on TikTok without hearing a trending Thailand sound, which are hilarious, by the way, or seeing a video of somebody showing off their lifestyle in Thailand. And on top of that, Thai people absolutely love social media. Like if you're on a motorbike taxi and they stop in traffic, you'll notice that one of the first things that they do is just start scrolling TikTok. Thailand is awesome at marketing itself. It's just that they've done such a good job. Thai people are some of the best marketers on the planet. The Thai government or whatever, this country as a whole is just made for content, and it's just entertainment and information and pleasure and growth. It's all of it bundled into one. So that's why Thailand is a really good content environment. And I think we should also mention Thai people. If you're a Thai person watching this right now, Sawadee Kap, Kapon Kap for watching my video. I really, really appreciate you being here to support it. But Thai people, honestly, have saved my ass in so many fucking stupid scenarios that I've got myself into, whether that's my bike's broken down, or I've got injured, or I've needed to go to the doctors. And just the kindness and the love that they lead with is very, very different from the West, and very, very, very touching, actually. It's, you know, they can't do enough for you. They just want to look after you. They want to give you a good experience. They want to be friends with you. And it's, yeah, I don't know what to say about that. Okay, fine, I'll tell you what it's like to date in Thailand. So I've had quite the range of experiences, all the way from long-term relationship down to one-night stands. I'm not going to reveal my Thai girl body count. If you want to guess it in the comments, you can, but it's not that high. Now, I didn't really have a problem with dating when I was in other countries, to be honest. When I was younger, dating was my whole focus. I've had quite a few long-term relationships, quite a few one-night stands when I was younger, quite a few little flings here and there. Okay, so I feel like I'm coming at this from a point of experience, so I can advise you and tell you what dating is like in Bangkok pretty well. Bangkok and dating in Bangkok is not like dating anywhere else in the world. Bangkok has its own set of rules. Now, I'm not going to go through every single one of those rules of dating in Bangkok in this video. Maybe that's another video. Maybe just like the video or leave a comment if you actually want to see that, and I'll make something like that. Not that I'm a love doctor, by the way. Not that I'm like ridiculously experienced in dating, but I do feel like I'd spent a lot of time in it when I was younger. If you come into Thailand, if you come into Bangkok, you are going to get more attention from girls. You are going to get called handsome a lot. You are going to find it easier to get on a date. But just understand that so is every other foreigner that's coming here. You're not the only person having that ease, that in. Thai people and Thai girls in particular are more open and more friendly. If you're from the UK, I mean, people are just like rude and dismissive and defensive. It's harder to work your way in with just anybody. I'm not just talking about from a dating perspective. Whereas in Thailand, people are more open-hearted. So like, don't see it as like, oh, the girls here are more like slutty or more promiscuous, because it's not actually that. They just lead with a more open heart, and they just are more open to speaking with you, which is why it's then less friction to get on a date. Now, what this means is that the measure of how good you are at dating, or the measure of how a girl values you, isn't necessarily in the open, but it's in the nurture and the close of the date, to use sales terms. Or it's in the nurture of that relationship with that person. It's in how well you treat that person on a longer time horizon than just, you know, how you treat them on a single night. And that, I think, changes the dynamic of dating quite a lot. So look, I'm not going to speak on dating too much because I'm not an expert, but if you do want a video more specifically on that, just comment below and I'll make it. I had to switch cameras because my other one died. But to finish off the video, I'm going to talk you through some of the caveats to living in Thailand and some of the negatives that might put you off wanting to come here, just so that you are aware and just so that you know that they exist. And I'm actually leaving Thailand in the next 6 months. And the reason for that is because I want to see other parts of the world. I want to make sure that Thailand is the place that I want to stay long term. And, you know, while I've had a great experience over the past 2 years, I'm still not sure if this is the place that I would want to live forever. So I want to go see the US. I want to go see South America. I want to go and see other parts of Europe and the Middle East. And I want to explore and experience and meet other people around the world as well. And look, if I go to those other places and decide actually, you know, Bangkok and Thailand is impossible to beat, then I'll just come back here. So my now worst case scenario is being here in Bangkok, which, I mean, it makes me very optimistic about my life because I love it here. But some of the negatives, one thing is pollution. Right now, outside, pollution is really bad. It's January the 25th, and it's not good. You can see a lot of smog, and yeah, it's not going to be good for you. Traffic is a bit of a nightmare, so trying to get anywhere, you have to get on the back of a grab bike, and you know, statistically, if you get on enough motorbikes without a helmet on, you're probably going to crash at some point. I've had multiple of my friends crash on motorbikes and hurt themselves, and Grab drivers, bless them, have got hurt as well. You know, so the traffic can be dangerous. Another thing is I mean, it's very clean, don't get me wrong. Like, Bangkok is very clean, they keep the streets very clean, but if you go just a little bit outside of Bangkok, or if you go into the outskirts of the canal, you will start to see like some of the like local areas, they're not very well looked after, and there's like, you know, the slums where there's just like rubbish and litter all over the floor. And I think that Thailand could be a massive improvement if they put a bit of a focus into developing those less developed communities and cleaning those areas up. But guys, that is the video. If you found that valuable and useful, then subscribe, because all we talk about is life design and travel and vlogs and stuff like that. And I'll see you in the next.